Southeastern Minnesota Visual Artists is what SEMVA stands for. And we are a co-op gallery and have been around for about 30 years. The gallery makeup of it is our artists. And so that's what makes us really different, that in order for us to be successful, our artists all have to be involved with it.
And many of the artists that exhibit here are deeply involved in other occupations, ranging from MDs to farmers, such as myself and my husband.
It is self-supporting. We do not receive any public money. This is a nonprofit organization.
And the number of artists that maybe, in a lot of cases, would have no other place to display artwork on a regular basis. So it's been a real boon for us and for a lot of people, I think.
All right, so back here is what we have is our office. And in our office, we have a lot of things for our artists. And it's kind of where we keep the nuts and bolts of things going on. So we have files for all of our artists. And in here is where they get their paychecks and where we can put communications and things like that. We also have an area here where they can print out their price tags and make their cards for pricing and all of that. And of course, I believe every gallery has to have coffee. And this is basically our storage. We can come and change out all of our panels and put on new and hooks and all of that kind of thing. So pretty much this is where they can come and just have everything that they need to be able to put their art up on the wall.
Every artist that works in the community is kind of a partnership with the community because they bring their creative ideas and a way to express their artistic creativity in other ways.
So I think the role that SEMVA plays in our community is that we are a gallery that is run by artists, and we are local. So we serve many different counties around Minnesota.
The idea that we can have a lot of differences and we can have a lot of uniqueness, but we're still, in a lot of ways, really connected with one another.
We keep it with the artists. The artists get to choose what they want to put in and what they want to do and how they want to present it. And that makes us really unique to Rochester.
That each artist has their own specialty. Many of them work in a lot of different mediums.
You can look at many different forms of artwork and you can say, wow, you know, I like that. That's really cool. I never thought of something like that. And that's what I think it brings to a community.
We share techniques, and most of all, we share our life stories, which is very important. And we do this all in the atmosphere of beautiful art in the gallery.
Only a couple more doors. So in here is where we keep all of our supplies for like any other store would have. We keep our wine and all of that ready for any of our holiday parties or when artists wanted to showcase their own art. And then over here, of course, we have bubble wrap, and then we have all of our decorations and easels and extra things like that. So we try to have something around that the artists can use in case they want to do a show upstairs or have people in, have those supplies for them.
I joined SEMVA in 2018, so I'm probably one of their newer members in relation to some of the people that have had a long history with the gallery. However, I did know about it. It was located not too far from one of my favorite stomping grounds, the Rochester Public Library.
And so Rita and I had decided we were going to go in there and just check it out. And we went in and we were totally impressed.
Came back to Rochester, I inquired about a place to my art, and they told me about SEMVA Art Gallery. So I went down there, and I had several pieces of framed watercolor art, and they were juried in, and they accepted it. And I have become a member for 16 years.
One day my daughter and I were downtown and we walked into SEMVA, and the artist working there, we started talking, and my daughter says, well, my mom makes jewelry. Look at her bracelet. And I happened to be wearing one of the bracelets I made. And she goes, you should be juried in.
So this is just incredible. And we really wanted to be part of it. So we decided we were going to join the gallery, and we were juried in, and we've been here ever since.
I look upon SEMVA as being just the start of a new adventure.
So I went home and my daughter says, yeah, why don't you just take down some of your jewelry and see what they say. So I put some pieces together, I took some pictures, and about 2 or 3 weeks later, they were having their board meeting. I was at home and I knew it was the day. I got a call from our gallery director at the time, and he told me that I was juried in.
I was very excited, and I asked one of the artists to accompany me in putting up my art because I knew nothing about how to display it or anything like that. And they were always very willing, and so they helped me to get it all displayed.
I literally could not believe that they had picked my jewelry to be in their gallery. And I absolutely could not believe that I was one of the 70 artists that was going to be able to show in SEMVA Gallery.
I could just feel the very acceptance of the artists in the gallery at that time.
My husband was grocery shopping, and I was literally shaking. I could not believe that this had happened. I hopped in my car, I drove to Hy-Vee, I found him in the parking lot, and I'm like, honey, can you believe that SEMVA let me in? They said yes. From Red Wing, Minnesota in '91. And they had a show there. Oh my gosh, these are all the old artists that used to be in the gallery. Oh, these are amazing. And then all our old artists, some of our old artists giving a class. Oh my gosh, this is cool. When they first put together SEMVA, they would go around Rochester and the surrounding area and put on shows and exhibits. And then they found the place down in the Peace Plaza, and they opened up that, and that was the first and only place they ever went besides the one we're in now, is the way I understand it. So in this one, I think that's it.
What is that?
When they first opened.
I think that the camaraderie continues on here, and for me, SEMVA Art Gallery has been the way in which I, in working with a group of other artists, started to become engaged in community projects.
Because of being in SEMVA, being able to direct people to this art gallery from different parts of the state, and we've been able to talk about art in a way that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise. So I think SEMVA has really benefited both of us in a lot of ways.
Being a member of SEMVA has just been a real joy for me, and it's been like a life expanding experience for me. I have made many friends there, and in making a friend, we share ideas.
To just see how much this gallery meant to so many of our artists and how excited they were to be able to open and to put our art somewhere, that is probably the biggest moment that I've had here, to be able to see this come from nothing to what we have now. That was just, that has been an incredible experience.
And since belonging with SEMVA, I've been able to establish partnerships with one of the restaurants here in town, the Porch Restaurant, which is just down the street a little ways. And we're able to try and advertise their business, and they in turn exhibited some of my artworks.
So my bracelets make noise when you wear them. And one day I was putting them out, and somebody came in and was watching me, and I said to her, yeah, I'm putting out some new jewelry, would you like to take a look at it? She goes, oh, that's kind of neat. And I said, well, it makes noise. I said, if you wear it, I said, this is one of the things about it, when you wear it, it makes noise. And I said, it's just kind of soothing. She goes, well, where did you get that? Where did you get that idea? So I got to talk about collecting my beads and making noises and all that kind of, and I sold the piece. Now, did she buy it because she loved it? Maybe. Did she buy it because she liked me? Maybe. Did she buy it because it was an interesting story? Maybe. But all three of those things put together gave me a sale. So that kind of proved to me, well, they have to get to know me, they have to get to know my art, and they have to get to know my process because it's personal. They know me now. And she can go home and say, I met this artist, and here's the story. So that's been a really interesting process, about a learning process that I've had being here.